This is your daily dose of all things royal.
You are facing a huge demand for what the WHO does, for your services, at a time where you face a bit of a funding crisis and the USA has pulled out of the WHO. How detrimental is what Donald Trump has done to what you provide to the world?
Of course, the withdrawal of the US is a lose-lose one, because it's not about the world only. And, staying in WHO for the US is actually in its best interest. So it's a loss for the US, and it's also a loss for the rest of the world. And with the rest of the world, I said, their contribution and their leadership has been very critical and important, and their cooperation, that's what the rest of the world is missing. But at the same time, they will also be losing. Of course, after the announcement of the US withdrawal, we have been doing restructuring, revised our budget. Of course, they have announced that they have left, but it's the assembly that will decide in May. And as we speak, we still work with them, because, as I said earlier, withdrawing from WHO has consequences for the US. So we still share information with them, because especially on health security, because this is a safety issue. And we want the American people to be safe, so we share information with them on a regular basis.
Hi, I'm Robert F. Kennedy Jr., your HHS secretary. On Thursday, the United States formally withdrew from the World Health Organization. We made this decision to reclaim our independence, to protect American sovereignty, and to free our public health policy from a system that no longer serves the American people. The World Health Organization has lost its way. It's drifted far from its founding mission, and it's become mired in bureaucracy, in conflicts of interest, and in international power politics.
I think the world should be incredibly grateful for what Jordan is doing and the moral leadership that it's showing for the world right now.
During the COVID pandemic, those failures weren't just abstract, they were deadly. The world watched as transparency collapsed, accountability disappeared, and ordinary citizens paid the price. That hasn't changed, and it isn't improving. President Trump recognized the problems with WHO immediately. In fact, one of his very first executive orders of his second term began the formal process of withdrawing the United States from the World Health Organization. It was an early, decisive signal that American health policy would answer to the American people and not to foreign bureaucracies. Today, we're completing that action. Protecting Americans here at home and abroad is our top priority, and that's why my team at HHS, working closely with the HHS career civil servants and scientists and the State Department, has strengthened our biosecurity, upgraded disease surveillance, improved outbreak preparedness, and expanded the rapid response capabilities for any public health emergency wherever it begins. We don't need outside institutions to do that. Going forward, U.S. engagement with the WHO will be limited solely to completing our withdrawal and safeguarding the health and safety of the American people. All U.S. funding has ended. All government U.S. personnel have stopped working there. I believe this deeply, that only the United States has the scale, the innovation, and the leadership to drive global health solutions that put people first, starting with our own citizens. Although we are withdrawing from the WHO, America will never withdraw from its leadership in global health. America will continue to lead. We will lead with science, with integrity, and with transparency, and with accountability. And let me say this clearly. For the Americans who died alone in nursing homes, for the small businesses that were destroyed by reckless mandates, for the families whose lives were upended by unelected foreign officials who never answered to them, this decision is for you. Thank you.
And I'm proud to be an American.